right, so a lot of speculation what's inside and what's under the hood. So why don't let's jump in and take a look. So we have this tradition of OnePlus. We just put the specs up, right? And if it's from us, you can probably expect it's going to be maybe the best spec sheet that's out there. But for us, it's not about the specs, right? For us, what it's about is how we put it all together into a single product and what the actual user experience is. And that's actually what really matters, not the specs themselves, right? And so for us, the goal is really to create the fastest and smoothest smartphone. And again, that's not about numbers. It's about the user experience. And what we're really trying to do in terms of the overall product is to create a hassle-free user experience. And actually, at OnePlus, there's this word we use internally, and it's called burdenless. So not a word you use very often, right? Not a word you hear very often, but it's something that's actually pretty important to us. And the way we think about it is it's actually one of the reasons Pete started OnePlus. And so a lot of the reason those of us that like technology joined OnePlus. And maybe if you think back to when mobile phones started and smartphones started, what was the whole point, right? The whole point was to make your lives more efficient, make everything easier, right? And I think nowadays you're seeing a lot of things get put out there where stuff's unnecessary, right? Features are being put out there, the software sucks, and in the end of the day, is that really what smartphones are about? And so I think that's kind of what the philosophy for us behind burdenless is. And if we're to think about burdenless, there's probably like three things that kind of go into that experience for us. So clean, fast, intuitive. So clean, what that really means is hardware design that's minimalistic and stands up over the test of time. Something that looks great, feels great in your hand, something you're proud of. Fast, we talked about this already, and it's something we'll talk about a lot today, where it's not speed for the sake of speed, but it's efficiency in the user experience. And that's really what we really care about. And last, intuitive. The features on the device, you want them just to happen, everything just to happen naturally, and that's really the goal, and that's what we're going for. So one of the things we're most excited about today is we're bringing you a feature that really, to us, represents burdenless, okay? And so as screens have gotten better and everybody's gone to a more immersive, this industry's gone to a more immersive screen experience over the last year, one of the trade-offs was obviously loss of the home button, right? And so over the history of smartphones, that was the way a lot of people access their device, right? It was the most intuitive way to access a device. And about a year ago, across the river in Brooklyn, when a lot of you guys were with us when we introduced the 5T, we introduced a rear fingerprint sensor and a face unlock, which was fastest in the industry, right? And everybody was really happy about it. But today, we're really excited because we're advancing and announcing our newest upgrade yet, something we're calling Screen Unlock. All right, so for us, what it's about is it's landed on the 60 with design. All right, camera. So this is probably the one area I think you guys are probably pretty curious to hear about, okay? So OnePlus fashion, let's do the specs first, and then let's talk about what really matters. So the hardware on the 6T, similar to what we had in the 6, okay? And we got, in the end of the day, the feedback on the 6 was very positive. But for us, it's about what the overall user experience is on the camera, okay? So feedback was really positive on the 6, but again, what it comes down to for us sometimes is feedback and never settle, right? And what you can do better. So let me start by showing some photos taken, and then I'll tell you where we went with this. And you told us we could do better in that area. Okay? So when we got that feedback this year, we've been thinking about what low light and night photography, what that means, right? So everybody knows you want to take better pictures at night, but what does that mean and how do we get there? So when we thought about
technology, and we are now at the transition, one of the biggest changes in the wireless industry, which is the transition to 5G, the next generation of wireless technologies. It will transform the mobile industry unlike any other transition. And we're very happy that our efforts with OnePlus will include 5G smartphones in the very near future. Once again, congratulations to the OnePlus team. Congratulations to Pete. Thank you for the great partnership. And we have a lot, coming of this partnership in the future. And of course, 5G, as early as 2019. 5G is going to come. It's going to come in 2018, and we're very happy with this partnership. Thank you very much. Thank you.